Hello, Kriquette Lyngstad here, and I'm going to discuss equity. And in thinking of selling your home, you really want to make sure you understand the value of your home and what you owe. Some folks are in a really fortunate, wonderful position of actually owning their home outright, meaning they don't have a mortgage on their home. But most of us have a first mortgage and sometimes a second mortgage or HELOC, or that's home equity line of credit on our home. And you'll need to understand what those payoff amounts are. You can either contact the bank, look online. Sometimes your statement will contain that information, but it usually differs from your remaining balance because they will want to have interest paid as well as the principal balance. So you'll need to find out your actual payoff amount from the bank or the mortgage lender. Now, once you understand that, then you really need to know what your value, your market value of your home is. You can pay for a professional appraiser to come out and give you an appraisal, and those vary in how much they charge, but top end would probably be under $500 somewhere, $450 or so. And then if you really want to just know a range or an estimate, you can definitely contact an agent and maybe a few agents to get 3 or 4 different professional opinions on what they feel their best estimate of the value of your home would be in the current market. And they can also tell you how fast the market's going and what the market's doing. Is it a seller's market? Is it a buyer's market? That'll make a big difference in what you can get for your home, your negotiation strategy, and your timing. So you'll want to definitely talk to an agent. And then going through that process, then it helps you understand what your equity is. So once you get a good baseline for what your value would be, and I would suggest that you keep your hopes in check. And, yeah, there's a top end you might get, but be realistic. Be very realistic with yourself and gauge your numbers and your future plans of maybe purchasing another home on the lower amount, because that way you won't be disappointed. But then you can evaluate what your true equity is. And you can run your numbers and understand your closing costs. You can have the agents you talk to that want to do the range. And after they've done that for you, you can talk to them, or the one you select to work for you. You can talk to them about helping you understand what your closing costs would be, and they can estimate that. And what I mean is they can tell you what the sales commission would be and or approximate value, and then kind of estimate for you what your title escrow fees might be if you were to split them with a buyer. Of course, everything's negotiable in a contract, so you may have a seller come or a buyer come in that wants you to pay all the closing costs for them. If it's like a veteran's loan or something like that, then you need to understand what your worst case scenario is and your best case, where you might have a cash buyer that comes in and says, I'll pay for all the closing costs. Everything's negotiable, so it's never guaranteed. You'll want to know your high and low approximate, fees and what you'll have to pay. And the equity is the most crucial number that you really want to understand, because if you're actually owing more than what you can get on the open market for your home, then you really need to have a different discussion with an agent about possibly short selling your home. Short sales are not short in time. They take a long time. And that's basically meaning the bank is getting shorted the money that they're supposed to be paid. That's why it's called a short sale. So basically in a short sale, they have to go through the process of asking the bank if they'll take less. So those are a whole other ballgame and discussions, but understanding your equity and what you have is really crucial to your plan in selling your home.